Located in California, 85 miles west of Las Vegas, just off Highway 127, we found this oasis in the desert.
Welcome everyone to Weekend Escapades. Today we are at the entrance to Death Valley and we have made it to China Date Farm, and this is right here in the middle of the desert. We're going to share with you what's going on here and maybe enjoy a little date shake. Come along, join the adventure.
The minute you turn off the road and head into China Date Farm, well, it is dry and dusty, and it turns into this beautiful oasis. And it's got a few little features to take a look at, and inside is where you'll find the goodies, dates, date shakes, and more. So much to see. Wait till you see what's next and how this farm looks in the middle of this dry, hot desert. In the background, you may hear that throning noise, and that's because we ordered a couple of those date shakes. And let me tell you, they're extremely delicious.
All right, so date shakes achieved, and let me tell you, first thing, like 3 bites, ice cream headache. So I'm gonna have to slow down on this. Really good, but tastes like dates and ice cream. Delicious. There's a really nice picnicking area here as well by the parking area. And it has a lot of tables and places to get out of the sun when there is some. Today's really overcast, but I imagine spring and summer here, hot. It's called by Furnace Creek, so super hot. Hiking in hot weather is dangerous and not recommended. And there's how you feel when you have a little bit of heat sickness from doing that. You can tell it gets hot here because put together by the Death Valley Chamber. Look at the damage done from the sun and the heat. You can tell there's some pictures, old pictures here. But my goodness, you can't make anything out. The heat just melted this away. There's a side that doesn't get as much sun. And there's where we just were, the Opera House. You can see how they bag these, keep the birds from eating them. Those are the dates right there on the date palm. Some big cactus. What's that, bamboo? It's a palm? Oh, I see it, yeah. Almost looked like bamboo there for a minute.
China Ranch Date Farm is in Tecopa, California. And this has a history that spans over a century and includes agriculture and mining. In the 1800s, a Chinese man named Ah Foo settled in this canyon and built an irrigation system and raised livestock, hay, fruits, and vegetables to feed all local silver miners. The ranch became known as the Chinaman's Ranch.
Contains a natural painkiller. Willow was the source for which aspirin and, acetylsalicylic acid was first synthesized. Something I didn't know. There's like the tiniest creek right here running through with a little bridge over it.
Now come on, Robert, know your history. That is an irrigation
see how small that is.
And it just happens to be along the trail that runs through this farm. And that's what we're following.
And the little bridge. You got another little bridge. And some picnicking spots. So this will lead you back to the entrance where we drove in right here on this road. And then there's a little modest museum. We'll see what's in there. It's got pictures of the original date farm and all the people that lived here. Look like some kind of stones that they use for working tools, almost like arrowheads. Keep out. And a random skull at the very bottom. And a few artifacts like railroad ties. So yeah, behind where you get the date shakes, look at all the palms. And this is where they're getting all the dates. There's a regular, well, it's a date farm, so this is it, but look at those. Tons of them going way back there. All the way down the road. It's like this amazing oasis in the middle of the desert.
They're red.
Yeah, look at them. Crazy. Well, they make a darn good shake, I'll tell you that much. A dairy from Iraq. They're chewy date, sweet and often with distinctive purple color. This variety produces large numbers of clones or offshoots which can be detached and easily rooted, resulting in an exact genetic copy of the parent tree. Light bearing 100 pounds or less per season. Wow. Don't steal it, you can buy it in the store. So this palm has orange dates on it. Look at that. Really pretty color. Yep, right through there. Wow, there's so many on there. Crazy. Never even thought about them growing like that, but look at the fruit hanging on there. Wow. So here's one that was just laying on the ground. Promise we didn't pick it. But yeah, look at that. There's a date. And the color of that. Off that tree right there. You wouldn't even know this was here by driving on the main highways. If there wasn't a sign. It is all tucked away behind these hills that have no vegetation at all. They're just all dirt. And then here's this down here. This is crazy. And there's a snorkel. The old TB42 that I'm sure raises up there and helped pick all these things. The old high lift.
Now this location really started to develop in 1920. Vonola Modine, the youngest daughter of the Death Valley pioneer R.J. Fairbanks, planted the first date palms from seed. And in 1970, the Browns acquired the ranch. And in the 1990s, the current owners began planting more date palms and opened up the farm to the public. And it is absolutely breathtaking to stand in this oasis of palms in the middle of the desert. Just take a look at what they've developed.
Funny how some of them will grow really low like that. And then some grow in these clumps. So different kind of trees, different kind of dates. And there's all those different colors up there too. So all different types of dates. We're going to go back into the store, the gift shop, and get some dates. They have all different types, all different flavors, I guess, the way they're dried or something. But we're going to go check it out. Look at that. It just keeps going. And you can see the dry hills in the background, yet all of these beautiful palms and green grass down here. And then there's literally not a stitch or a blade of grass on those hills surrounding this farm.
The farm's history is also tied to the intersection of Spanish ranchos, mining exploration, and railroad development. The farm is located near abandoned mines, the old Spanish Trail, and the historic Tonopah and Tidewater Railroad bed. Every corner you turn here at the China Date Farm shows that history, from the old vehicles on the property to a few of the old buildings. So much to see. It's really crazy how you look at the California and Nevada history, Now, that goes all the way through Utah, Arizona. That mining really did develop the country, and you'll see it at all these locations if you just turn off the highway and take your time to look around.
Okay, so after being here, we tested the dates inside the shop, and honey dates is what we ended up with. Delicious. Gotta watch them, they still have the seeds. I didn't expect it when I bit into one. Anyway, moving on.
Well, that's going to conclude our visit to China Date Farm. And until the next adventure, goodbye from Weekend Escapades. We'll see you in the next one. Look at that view.